Well, that being said, shout out to Freeway back in the building. Shout out to the Dash group. Um, and I guess we're gonna get into it, man. What's happening? Freeway, you there? Dame, you there?
Bro. Oh shit! It's like a whole thing.
All right.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? How you been?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
Oh man, all is blessed, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to
I can
see
see me.
everything. Yeah, we can see you a little dark, but it's all
I
love.
give you the visual. Come on, let's pull. What's going on? We here at American News Studios.
Awesome.
Yeah, we were just broadcasting kids programming live. So I'll take you to the studio and I'll talk from there. Here's my little man who's doing his after school programs. Say what's up, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
What's happening?
You know, I don't know if you know what fish tables are. We got a little fish table in here, little Dame Dash studio. And this is where we shoot. So I'll do it right here.
Dope.
So what's that? Freeway on there too?
Yeah, I'm on here. What's up, Dan?
What's up, Free? Huh? And
So
Nicolette,
so wait, where's the studio located?
it's in Florida, Winter Haven.
Oh,
It's about an hour away from Tampa and an hour away from Orlando.
okay.
Bunch
Real
of lakes.
dope. So it's like in the middle, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like Polk. It's at Pause. It's like, right in the middle of Polk County. So everybody comes over here to do the cool shit,
All right, fire! Congratulations. We see the
Yeah,
new event.
that's where we recorded this whole new project at in 5 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Freeway, how you been, man? What's the latest with you?
I'm good, man. Just grinding, man. Working hard, man. Just grinding, man. Just happy to be here one day at a time.
Nah, it's great to hear your voice. We'd like to see you, but I know you might be in a situation. But if you could turn on your camera, it'd be great. If not, don't sweat it. But first, just want to say, thank both of y'all for the music, for the culture, for the commitment over the years. From the beginning to what's now. The fact that y'all still creating and doing stuff, especially dope. And just happy y'all could join, man. Welcome to New Music Wednesdays. This is our weekly DJ call that we do. We got about 37 DJs on here right now. And yeah, man, let's talk about what y'all been up to, man. So what's the latest? I know we got the New America Studios.
Well, it's a television network. So what I did was the last, I would say, 13 years. That's what I've been on, the television network game. That's what I wanted to do. That was the next step in my evolution. And I had the creative control with DD 172, with Cootie and Shike, and I was talking to Comcast, and they was like, there's this initiative to have a black owner for television, but you got to show us $100 million. And I'm like, how is it going to be black owned if I got to go get a bunch of unblack money? So what I decided to do was make enough content, $100 million worth, and once the industry kind of evolved, then I would come back around. And in those years, the way the world runs has changed. Digital is where it's at, and that's how you monetize everything. And what I noticed, like when I first put up Dame Dash Studios, I had it as a subscription, but the subscription doesn't work for anybody. I realized it had to be free. So in doing the research on how to make it free, I had to understand how to get ads and how they get paid out. And what I learned was how severely our creatives are getting robbed and what the language that comes with it is. So, I've been saying it every interview because I want everyone to speak in this language because that's how you get paid. It's called CPM. And it means clicks per million, but it really means clicks per thousand, depending on, in the tech world, we call it clicks. It could be called cost, but I call it clicks. And, you may be getting $30 per CPM. That's how much the commercial's paying you. But the third party, like a YouTube or a Tubi or anything else, they may be collecting your 30, but they only giving you $2. and there's no accounting. No one asks any questions. They just get the check and say how much. No one asks like how much y'all made. So no one really understands. And then there's data. So anytime you're being you aggregate people digitally, whether it's social media or whether it's streaming, your behavior patterns are what the currency is. They're selling your data to the advertisers, but you don't get any benefit of the data either. It's almost like the four better. Like you might be making $2 million here and $3 million on something you don't even know about, and they're not telling you to bust it down with you. So now I had to get with the ad tech and build what I needed to build or get with people that did. And now I get the full CPM. We get to get all the data, and I'm able to make the network free. So hopefully everyone here, if you can, right now, if you go to your app store or on your phone or whether it's Samsung or Roku, you could download America New, just type in America and then NU. And as we're speaking right now, I'm broadcasting this conversation live and y'all can watch it right now.
Awesome.
And to me, that's power because we've never had a network where we could get laws passed, where we could push our agenda, get people elected, make the content that we want to make. The reason why I haven't put out Paid in Full, Estate Properties, or any of those other franchises I created, because I wasn't going to make the lion's share of the money for them, and I'm doing all the work. I didn't make no money off Paid in Full. So I wanted to make sure that if I'm going to break a network, it was my network and that it could be made my way. And that people that aren't from our culture wouldn't be trying to tell me how to make movies about our culture. You understand what I'm saying?
Awesome.
And you know, also, oh shit, Rock, something just happened. Nicolette.
We see you, we hear you. Keep it going.
Oh, but come here, something just happened. I can't see y'all. But anyway, so now I can make all that content, but also I can push the visuals culturally that we need to see. So the only television and movie visuals we see is other cultures abusing us or us abusing each other. The content that I'm making, I got this movie called The Prince of Detroit. It's about government contracts. It's about making money other than us being a distraction. But all we see is us as drug dealers, us as athletes, or us as rappers. So that's the only way we think that we can escape being in a certain wealth situation, breaking a percentage, going from one wealth category to another. So I'm showcasing what it looks like when we're winning, when we make money doing stuff other than what they think and presenting the right history, and I think it's important. We just never had that platform. So that's what America New is. And because people aren't in the network business, they may not understand what that even means. But we already got about 40,000 downloads and we haven't really been up very long. And in the television network world, damn near every person that downloads is worth $100. You know what I mean? For exit strategy.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I didn't want to go too hard, but that's basically where I'm at with it. I could talk about a lot of other stuff, but this is like the thing that I could articulate the clearest right now.
Yeah, I don't think you're going too hard. I think you educate, number one. Number two, about the network. So it's original content, but do you also allow, let's just say, the likes of people here who may have creative stuff?
100%. My thing is respect the art. So if you're making content that's compelling, of course I'm going to give you the platform. And the way I break bread is 60-40 in the content creators favor, 60-40 not of what's left of the CPM, but of the full CPM. So if it's $30, you're not getting two, you're going to get 17 of that, and you'll be able to see the accounting. But you have to come with a marketing plan. You have to showcase that you're going to push your work. I'm not going to promote nothing harder or someone else's dream than they promote themselves. But if I got traffic on my block and my block is clicking, then I'm going to definitely let people that are like-minded make money with me, not for me, but with me. Now, if I got to pay for it, that's a different thing. But right now, again, what people understand is usually in business, people raise money. They go get a fund, get $100 million, $200 million, and they're able to bleed for 5, 6 years. They're able to pay, have salaries, pay for marketing. But when that shit runs out, you'll hear about a sale without any EBITDA, which is called a fire sale. So I don't have the luxury because I don't want to raise money because I want to keep control of my dream. The fund is my pocket. So independently, we made a network, made the content on the network, built the ad tech, and also stimulate other verticals. These glasses are CEO, the sneakers, the new clothes, and the new music. Also, we sell books. We do children's programming. So really, it would be better, honestly, if everybody downloaded it so they could see what I'm talking about. And I would hope that y'all were curious to see if I'm talking it, walking it like I talk it. Go to Download America New, go to the live event, and tell me if you see me talking to you right now, broadcasting live. See the magic, because people can't do that. The technology is better than Disney. I don't need a news truck outside with the big pole and the antenna to broadcast. Now I could do it from my phone or with 3 cam. I'll show you. Look. Look. So boom. This is see the big screen? This is 365. I did the visual album too as well. And then, oh, you're not watching me live? See what they watching the other one. Can you put the live on? I'll show you whatever. See, my son's watching himself now from the other day. Why is it upside down?
So that's a whole nother channel right there that's on the network.
No, that's the live broadcast. So you can broadcast live, but it also, look here, commercial gonna play. One of mine, though. It's Jazz Supplements. But then, you could go to I'll show you the on demand as well. So I got fast channels on one section. One section is all children, just like Netflix got. And then the other section is the movies and the network and all that other stuff. But when I want to broadcast live or do pay-per-view, I do it. So right now, I found an artist. I'm going to show y'all this artist. His name is Micah Da Vinci. He plays 7 instruments and sings like Sade. Look. This is me talking to you right now. You see?
Nice.
It's like a 30-second delay. So
nice. Okay. That's fine.
So that means that if COVID proof, pandemic proof, we could broadcast any event that we want live. If there's a false narrative out there, I could just broadcast live, and we could broadcast things that we are inspired by. So I got to do Micah Da Vinci and his band. They play, not gonna play tonight, but I have them playing every single night from 9 to 12. Well, I just broadcast while they rehearsing, while we make music, because they that good. I could do that. But
and
then
anybody can join the network.
Not just anybody. It's like Netflix,
Right.
But if you know me and your work is good, yeah. But it's not like YouTube. See, what you have to understand about YouTube and all the other things, when you sign that terms or whatever, that's a contract. In what industry do you sign a contract without a lawyer looking through it? How do you know you're not giving up all your rights? How are you giving a kid something to sign? It's if I ever did that, I'd go to jail. Hey, Nicolette, roll up. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a big fact. It sounds awesome, man. This sounds like something that we even need to look into. Shout out to this platform, because every week, we put different artists on. This is what we're all about, and
make a TV show out of it.
That's what I'm saying.
I want y'all to all listen to what I want y'all to do. There was a time you didn't have a network or access to somebody like me that was in control of one. Now that you do, now that one of us is running the jail, then you could do whatever you want to do. So dream big. I ain't gonna stop you. I'm gonna distribute it. So if you got the plug to Netflix to put whatever you want on Netflix, then you should use that plug. But don't think just because I'm black or from our same culture that it's not as big as anything that they got. And you have to understand the power that y'all have right now. As long as it's honest, as long as there's respect for the art, as long as it's legit. Paying the Full Part 2, I'm doing the television series. It's going to be crazy. State Property, television series. Death of a Dynasty, television series. Paper Soldiers, television series. And then all the other franchises. I just been saving it like work. I just wanted the prices to go up because I wasn't going to sell my culture to them cheap just to be seen. See, dopamine makes you, people want to be rich and famous. They just make people famous now. The rich ain't where it's at. They paying people in fame. I don't want to get paid in popularity. I want to get paid in the money that takes care of my children. Like right now, I'm in the studio with just me and my son and my girl and my assistant, his nanny, his Tia, and I can make it where he calls it the office. And my job right now in this hour, these hours every day is to make children's programming for my son. I make books for my son. We make what I'm doing with them is I'm making 20 albums because Micah Da Vinci, they call Trip Summit. They got 5 to 7 people, and all of them have their own projects. So every week I just make one record with each of them. I have a collective. In 10 weeks, I got 10 separate albums and 10 solo albums. And then we got this project with Freeway, rock and roll, old school rock, because I always looked at Rockefeller like rock stars. When I used to listen to Freeway, the first record that really I was like, this is hot was Line 'Em Up. So that's what the first record was about. So I always looked at him like a ZZ Top gangster, but also he turned into the general over at State Property. He's the guy that is got the Maybach, the fresh jewelry. He's still popping. He's doing performances. He's the one bringing State Property back together. He's become the general, despite the fact that his kidney shut down and he's going through some very tragic things time after time. He's always positive. He's also putting curriculum in schools with Freedom Thinkers Academy. Now that's a Rockefeller. Now we talking. So when you're doing stuff like that, and we reconnected through education with the OSG, which is hundreds of predominantly Black, but principals from economically challenged areas, and we really do and make a difference with the education. I just came back from Atlanta with my girl performing with a live band with the book on the screen, and in front of 1,500 kids. Because we bought the book, and they all bought 3,000 books. They bought the education paid for it, making the cognitive skills go up while they learn about space. See, we're not going to complain about what they do or how they educate us. It's for us to educate us. So I ain't going to be talking about what they do. I'm going to be talking about what I'm doing. If I'm talking about I don't like laws, then it's for me to go get those laws passed. If I don't like how they treat us on TV and the way they pay us, then it's for me to make my own and pay myself. I'm not going to complain about the other guys. I'm going to just use them as the root to make my shit come true, and I'm going to punish them every chance I get because they punishing y'all. But they not punishing me. Pause.
Yeah, we getting deep. And it's not that deep, but it's deep because it's the freedom of the mind. We're so caught up with just, like you said, just trying to be accepted that very few people are actually willing to step out there and challenge the system that's already there. So it's awesome to hear this. Not only that, it's just good to motivate everybody. The chat's going crazy. People talking like crazy in the chat. Freeway, just back to you real quick. How's this whole process been for you? Being able
It's
to
been
record.
amazing, man. Like Dame said, we reconnected through OSG. They had a summit last year at Columbia University. I was there and I performed. Dame was there. He wound up coming on stage with me doing the dance and everything. We reconnected through education. And then he invited me down there to American New Studios. We got there. We knocked out this project in like 5 days. I think we came up with the vibe for the first song in like 15 seconds. And it's just rock soul. Like, it's me doing what I do off the top to whatever they come up with and create. And we got a project. We did 10 songs in 5 days. We shot visuals. We shot the cover for it. We did a Vibe magazine interview. We did all this stuff in 5 days. And we made a curriculum out of it so we could show people how to make a project in 5 days. So we did some new music, came up with a new genre of music, and we came up with a way to educate people on how to do it. So
Awesome.
big moves.
Yeah, man. Fire. So now, are you Philly based back down in Florida in between?
Yeah, I'm in Philly. Yeah.
Shout out to Philly, man. Shout out to Philly.
Shout out to
I ain't gonna
Philly.
lie, Freeway might tour about 220 days out the year, at least. He on the road every day.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I think
Which is a blessing, man. It's a blessing to be able to move because when I was on dialysis, I was diagnosed with end-stage renal failure September 15th. So I was on dialysis from September 15th, 2015 to February 5th, 2019. And you know, when you're on dialysis, you got to be in there 3 times a week, 4 hours a day, hooked to the machine. So a lot of times I was tired afterwards, but I still was able, like once I got my bearings, I was still able to work and do shows, but it's nothing like now. Like the freedom that I have now with the new kidney, I'm able to move around, I'm able to grind. So I take advantage of every second of it, you know?
And that's what be bugging me out, right? It almost seems like you got to go through some shit to appreciate the stuff that was priceless that you had for free.
Mm.
For sure, for sure.
So, you know, I'm diabetic, and you know, I've had diabetes. I'm 15. Every now and again, you know, I forgot what they call it, but you know, a fucking blood vessel will fucking bust in my eye, and I won't be able to see for a week or two. You know, it's because there'll be blood over my eye. I got to wait for it to go. It just happened yesterday. I had to go get a needle in the eye today to think. You don't appreciate your sight till you lose it, but it's free. It's priceless. Let somebody cut off a leg, and you'll be like, "Damn, I used to be able to walk." That's free. So why you got the freedom to do things that people would pay so much for when they don't have them? You got to go ham. So, like he said, he's like, now I'm not on dialysis. It's like a whole nother world for him. But no one can really understand that unless they've been on
Yeah,
dialysis. Or every time they perform, they got to go to a hospital, clean their blood for 3, 4 hours, and then get back on the stage.
yeah. And I'm Muslim, and that's a valuable lesson that I learned the first time I went to Saudi Arabia. They told us do something with your time before you run out of time, do something with your wealth before you run out of wealth, and do something with your health while you're healthy. And that was like back in 2003 or 2004, the first time I went to Saudi Arabia, you know. And
And
it's the truth, it's a fact, you know.
And you go to the network, you'll see Health is Wealth, Dash Diabetes, Healing is Gangster for Therapy. It's all about us. Stop. Like the other day, I ain't gonna say the artist was sitting in the studio with, and I usually have a vegan chef here, but she didn't work this day. A pizza with Doritos. I mean, like a pile, pizza with Doritos and Cheetos. And I got sick just looking at that person. Like, yo, I'm not gonna let you kill yourself. You just took minutes off your life. Like, you can't let your oppressor feed you. You understand what I'm saying? You can't go through all this physical shit and then die from a cheeseburger. I'm telling you, your health is everything. So that's one of the things, our mental health, our physical stuff, the food that we eat. We've been tricked into doping ourselves up and then hurting each other. But I'm not going to ever oppress or trust someone that, and Nicolette, come over a second, someone that, I know you want it, but I still want you to wait. Someone that is trying to control me to feed me. I know what they're giving me is for control, or give me education, or give me laws, or give me music. If you notice, they try to take credit for every single thing we do. That's why I'm taking back rock and roll. And what I'm doing is I'm confusing people. I'm going different with it. So we doing black rock and roll and white rap. Cause she can rap. She's really nice. This is Nicky Licky. And she's like white Fuji. You hear her rap, you see her performance, and you know, she can do everything. So, you know, we got the white rap, the black rock, we got education. We're just approaching and re-engineering everything. And the reason why she's on is because she's been fighting right next to me. I'm not doing nothing for nobody that don't do nothing for me. No more one-way relationships. She was there when we lost a baby. Then she was there when we had a baby. She's there through the ups and the downs. So if you fight for me and help me build my stage, then you could perform on it. But you can't work with me unless you got a dream, because I don't pay you enough. All I could do is give you an opportunity to be my partner. So she started out working for me. I had to fire her. You know why? Because she has her own project. She's overqualified. Now she's my partner. We have a project together.
Yo, damn, you dropping a lot. Freeway, you dropping a lot. And it's all positive stuff. Like people need to hear this and free their mind. So I'm saying a lot of people got questions. I want to play the video first. I want to play one of the videos first. Come back and talk more about the music, talk more about what the title of the group means, because even the title is a powerful name to me. And I don't even know where the true title came from, but
What, 365 or the Black Guns?
Black Guns.
Oh, the Black Guns is we shoot knowledge bullets. That's what we're doing. Very aggressive. So you think people that talk about sometimes, you know, health and all that, you think they're gonna let you smack them or they nerves. There ain't none of that. These are love and knowledge bullets, and they'll go right through your chest. You know, if you want some bubblegum shit. You know, so all we want to do is hit you with our war is love. So everything we do is positive, but it's aggressive. Ain't nothing soft about it. So my thing is, you know, I saw Yahshua. I'm gonna call him Jesus. I saw Yahshua get hung on the cross because he was spreading truth. And I didn't see it. I read about it. I'm not gonna be that guy hung on the cross. I'm not. I'm nobody's martyr. I'm a win, and I'm gonna see the win, and I want to be celebrated while I'm alive. And that takes being tough. When you fight for what you love and protect what you love, it comes with a little bit of muscle.
That being said, let's get into this joint, Nicky, Licky, and the Black Guns. Can you feel it? Check it out. We come right back. We would
Can you feel it is off the soundtrack that we did for the movie the Prince of Detroit. So, you know, again, Black Gun, she jumped on, boop boop, and this is that. I've been the trailer that played after. Wait, still on?
wait, y'all wanted to play that?
Yeah. Oh, you know, we could. That's just the trailer for the movie. If you want to,
All right,
you don't
we
have
rock,
to. You don't have to.
we rock with it. Let's do it.
My family's fortune comes from the medical field.
I like your story. So tell me a little more about it.
Last year I sold the company for over 100 million.
100 million.
I'm from Detroit, man. My mom, she was my everything. A woman with a lifelong passion to provide high-quality health care to all people.
We are behind on all of our bills. The hospital is facing foreclosure.
I think we have another option.
Which is?
We can sell.
Who will be willing to purchase this hospital?
I would be.
Someday, you're gonna be an entrepreneur as well.
You're the type of boss I want to be when I grow up.
Aren't you wise?
Hey, man, huh? You bad, huh?
Every time they stop me at $1, I make 30. Let's pop some bottles, get the crystal flowing.
I'm Sydney Barquet. I'm the director of the hospital.
Yes, you are.
What?
Welcome home, baby. Largest house in Detroit.
This is our home?
We made it, baby.
I done seen many dumb mothers like yourself with education. See, but you don't have hustle muscle.
Run it back.
You want to race? You ain't gonna race with nothing. Just 10,000 with me. Quite a good.
Go!
Got a man don't got no money. Guns, so nobody take that money.
So would anyone else like to question my leadership?
I ain't got time to kick it. I got kids to feed. That's what happens when you come in my castle. I'm the Prince of Detroit.
So, you know, that's what I mean by showing visuals. And I directed that as well. And also, I don't know, is Tash on the line? Because the Black Guns as a group is me and Tash. And he is the best guitar player breathing on the planet. I don't know if he's here, but he's another one. His last project that he did was with Slash from Guns N' Roses. He's the last of that kind of guitar player, and he won't compromise. And also, he died. He was in a cab accident, and I was putting out his first groups record for free. I done traveled all over the world with him just to rock out. We done went to the Great Wall and climbed to the top of it just to get high. We went to Thailand. Almost drowned. He almost drowned in the sea, and then he got into this cab accident. And I go to the hospital. I literally see his brain, his tongue out his mouth, and the doctor telling me he won't be able to wipe if he could wipe his ass in 3 years, we'd be lucky. And in a month, he was up walking around with the blood patch, and in 2 months, he was back playing. And he literally said that the music brought him back. That's all he would do while he was there. I mean, he's really ill. And for me, being a person that knows people's potential and losing them, like an Aaliyah and like a Biggie Smalls, to lose someone else as a friend and know their potential, and then to get them back, it was like every second you celebrate with them because he died. I had already cried about him, and he came back to life. So every second I'm with him, I celebrate by making music with him, and that's how the band started. You know?
Yeah. Well, I wish he was on here because I did see him. I read up a little bit on him and love to hear tell his story a little bit.
I'm surprised he's not here, but you know, we're all in different places. He's in New York, and we're all of us are all doing different stuff. So this project that Freeway and I did, it wasn't for the bread. Like we just went on a promo tour like it was old Rockefeller days. You know,
Mm-hmm.
went to didn't get no sleep. Florida, next morning, Indianapolis, next morning, right to Detroit. You know, small clubs, like 100 people, just rocking out in the snowstorms and all that. We was on the floor in Detroit at the basketball game. This shit was like my midlife crisis. I was having a ball. It was like it was just respect. It was just respect. Oh, he gonna come on pause. He said he gonna jump on. But it was just respect for the rock and roll because I don't want like it to be a situation that only people that don't know about rock and roll respect it. I want a situation like we did it old school rock and roll. We mic'd up every instrument. We played it. We no looping, none of that shit. We recorded it live. We made a movie. We taped every second of it. So I can show you the making of it as well, which is on YouTube or on and you'll see the making of the first record. But literally, it did happen. We just took a bunch of mushrooms, started jamming out. First 15 seconds, Freeway goes 365, and then I took that. I'm the hook, and then 24. It was 15 seconds, literally. We made 5 new records, new ones that night. And then you know, then Freeway wrote to the rest of them, and then we recorded some of his older classics, and then we performed them, rehearsed them, shot music videos. We were just focused. But the thing about it was, it wasn't for the bread; it was for the love of the art.
Mm-hmm.
Freeway, you want to say something on that?
Yeah, definitely, man. And it was a good feeling, man. It was just amazing. First and foremost, just to be able to be in a space where me and Dane rocking out and creating together was amazing. And like you said, we did that shit for the love. It was amazing. I had a great time. We did the little promo tour. It was fun. Like we was moving around, hitting different cities. We was getting a great reaction from the crowd. It's beautiful, man. I'm really enjoying myself with it.
Hey, Free, you know that white boy Christian? He came up and made records with us already.
Yeah, I seen. I was tuned in when he was up there.
Yeah, and then the other cat is coming up. The dude that was like, so what we've been doing is we go into a market, and if somebody respects the art and they nice, I'd be like, come on through. And then because I got this band, we just make I wish they was here so y'all could see him. This kid Michael Da Vinci, he's on some like the weekend, like literally he's playing the saxophone, playing the keys, and singing ill at the same time. But you can see it at the archive, but you'll see him. That's the next. I just stepped in shit. I didn't even look for him. He just was at it. It's funny that I'm finding so much talent just by doing promo and just going into a market, respecting the marketplace, and asking for all the best people in that marketplace to just show up. And I'm not looking, but if something comes up and is undeniable, and they'll take it upon themselves to fly out here, then we could work out. And whatever we create, we monetize together. So Milwaukee, Indianapolis, Chattanooga, all those pocket markets, a lot of cool shit is going on. Detroit, and people just don't know. But when I get there, I'd be like, yo, this shit is fly. Because to me, too many big cities with too much shit going around with no art and no culture and everyone just trying to make money, that shit is corny. I'm sick of New York. I'm sick of LA, no disrespect to them, and Miami. I want to go into the places that nobody goes. You know, I want to see what's going on with real culture.
Facts. All right, we got a lot of questions. Shout out to Tash. She's in the house. Shout out to Tash. So welcome for 1 second.
Hey, Tash, I already told them my history and shit, Tash, so they know you the best already.
Tash, you on mute.
Can you all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, yo, it's a pleasure to be here, man. Thank you for having me.
That man humble too. He never admit he's the best, but I speak for him with that. But go ahead.
Tash, how did you get so? How did it all come together for you, man? First of all, how did you get so nice at the guitar? Where did the inspiration come from? And then how did this whole thing come together with Dame and Freeway, and everything that y'all got going on with New America New?
Well, I've been playing guitar for 30 years. It's like my oldest friend. And music, it's really because of my family. My parents were musicians. And they had really good taste. And, you know, I was lucky enough to be exposed to all different kinds of music as a kid. So that was really inspiring for me. And in terms of Dame, you know, I always respected and admired him, you know, from afar. And then one day I'm playing a show and I thought it was a joke. but it was Dane walking through the front. I couldn't believe it. It was like a Sunday show. It was amazing.
In a little bar in Williamsburg. I used to
Yeah,
do
some like
shit like that.
and nobody was there. I mean, it was an empty bar. It was pretty funny. It was like a Sunday afternoon. That just goes to show, play every show. And then Freeway, I've been a fan for so many years. So when Dim said, you know, let's try to do something with him, I said, when can I go?
Hey, tell him how you died, man, with all that shit, with all that, you know, all that. That's what I was telling him about.
Well, it came close, man. I was in a New York City car cab, and I got hit by drag racers, like those, you know, drag racers from the 50s, like James Dean. These guys stole a car and raced like 100 miles per hour. And I was almost a casualty, but they took out half of my skull. I was in a coma for a week. I left this earth for a minute, and then I came back a week later, and I played guitar before I walked again, really.
Wow.
So I was lucky, man, really lucky. They said music saved me because I really practiced a lot of hours, and it activates a lot of parts of your brain, so it kind of set me up for success. So I was very, very fortunate, very fortunate.
Like literally the last time I seen him, before I seen him walking, was with half his brain out. And then I don't know how he did it, but like, how many months later he comes walking in the gallery with a Band-Aid with a little blood patch. I'm like, how the fuck did you? I just start crying.
I mean, a month after my surgery, probably, or maybe a couple of weeks after I got a plate put in, I came through. I was ready to roll.
Now here's the other
crazy. My first show a month later. Yeah.
Here's the other crazy shit. This nigga got a plate in his head and hair grows through the plate. I ain't got no plate in my head. I can't grow no hair. I don't know how he do this.
It's not a wig in the hat. It's funny.
How do you grow hair through a metal plate? How do you do that?
Real lucky, man. Real lucky.
Now that's called real rock and roll right there. That's regenerative skills like a motherfucker. That's that music.
That's blessings for real. That's a blessing.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into some questions. People will add. I know they ready to rock. Daxter with the Chop Stars. Might well set it off, and then we're gonna go to Bionic, and then we're just gonna run through and let's talk it up. Let's keep it to a minimum though. We're gonna do like 2 minutes. We ain't gonna go crazy.
All right. Check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. First off, I want to say thank y'all again, Digiwax, showing love for the, Megan Thee Stallion chop version. I do appreciate y'all on that one. Thank y'all so much. Dame, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for the wisdom as always. I know you hear it all the time, but it would never be enough. You take the time out to educate everybody to get their own and be on something, and you always stay ahead of the game and be innovative and everything like that. So I do want to say that first before I start answering my question. I had a question with the CPM. I kind of got like a similar platform, just a little bit more like on the audio sense, for like radios and podcasts. Was you able to go and talk to the agency, if it's a digital agency or anything like that, to negotiate and say, hey, I want the CPM to be like, so let's just say the CPM.
No. So you have to have the ad technology, right? I wish I could, if you wanted to really get the super duper knowledge, because I'm not the CEO of this company, because I don't know as much about the ad tech. The ad tech has to be built. So you have to have servers, you have to have all these different things, it's so many different things that you have to build the ad tech. So It ain't, the bottom line is, whoever is your third party, you're subject to whatever they want to tell you. So I couldn't have a third party. You understand what I mean? So if let's say YouTube or bum ass Leor is our plug to get to CPMs, to go get to Pablo, and Pablo got the CPMs, I went around them and I get it from where they get it from.
Okay.
So I would be the person that you would, at this point, for my so everybody that has a platform that's free, either they have a third party that's serving it up to them, or like Google, which is ridiculous. You can't get paid like that. Or like a Tubi, they were nothing but an ad agency.
Yeah.
They were. And ads are programmatic. I'm sorry. Programmatic. Yeah. Ads are programmatic. Can you call Keenan back and just tell him I'm on the all right, they're programmatic, and they get placed basically, and I could be saying it wrong, I'm not gonna say algorithm, but behavior pattern. So what happens is you build like a digital silo, and all these commercials or whatever go to like a warehouse, and in a millisecond, they all bid on a behavior pattern. So if it's a hair commercial and the algorithm or the behavior pattern they want is a certain age that buys a certain kind of shampoo, and if a program plays that has those basic behavior patterns description in a millisecond, a bunch of ads bid for it, and then
Yeah.
that fires whoever gets the bid.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now you could, if you have the ad tech, you could set the floor. So you could say, I want $70 per CPM, and that could be that. But the CPM is usually developed based on a lot of variables. The person you're trying to, it's a lot of variables that determine the CPM, but it is a science.
Yeah,
it is
is.
something that you could logically know. So only reason why I knew is because I was looking to know. But what I just don't understand is how people that get paid in CPM don't know about CPM or are not looking to know.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of similar, like with my platform, like with the radio stations, some radio stations and podcasts. Like I tell people, I just do like a 70-30. They get 70 and I get 30, because the 30 is just really for the maintenance, like the people who I have on my team or
70-30
whatnot.
of what though? The ad or of what?
The other CPM, like what the total revenue share could
70-30 of
be.
the CPM after what they're giving you.
Yeah.
You don't know what they exactly. So you splitting 70-30 at $2. You go lucky. With me, you splitting 70-30 of that $30. It's not 70-30, it's 60-40. And 60 in the favor of the artist, but the full CPM, and there's a dashboard where you can see what commercial ran and how much you got paid and the bust down there. So the bottom line is, let me know one person here that got paid from a CPM that got actual accounting other than what they got paid.
Okay.
Exactly.
Never happens.
And who got accounting?
Nobody. It said it never happens.
Doesn't happen.
And not only that, people don't ask
if you
for
have
it.
a problem, let's say with YouTube, Leo just gonna throw Tuma into it, just to tell you that he gave some money away, but you ain't gonna get no answers, and there's nobody you can even call. It's an email. You got to know somebody to talk to Tuma.
Okay. Cause that was my biggest question, because I wondered, like, say for example, like kind of like how you said with the YouTube, let's just say YouTube does do a ad deal with Samsung, and Samsung's guaranteeing them probably like,
You gotta
I'm
remember,
just
it's not
throwing
an
up
ad deal. They're programmatic. They're
Yeah.
programmatic. There's no salespeople in programmatic. It's all, you don't even need a salesperson anymore.
Oh wow.
That's all done. Those are for upfronts for like linear television. That's a different game completely.
Oh, okay.
So that's why a lot of television networks are going sideways, because they don't. It's so new. So I have to literally call Congress, right, and go, "Do you know about CPMs?" They don't. So if people that pass laws don't know about CPMs, how could there be a law passed to regulate it? So I'm trying to get on the floor. I'm trying to go and bring that shit up and do a hearing. Like, yo, how is it? Because no one understands it. How could you go to a lawyer for a new business? They didn't teach them about CPMs in school, so how could a lawyer protect you? No one knows about it. So that's what they do. When a new business, they knock them dead. So many people get robbed that then they get some accountability. But until people are hip to it, they're going to knock y'all dead. And that's why I'm coming out fucking all their plans up. And I could be a sucker and not say shit because I got it, but I'm not going to do that to my culture. The minute I know, even though it might cost me, I'm never going to consciously rob a creative ever. And that's the reason why they hate me. But not many creatives hate me. Administrators hate me.
Okay. I appreciate you. I know other
Name
people
any
have
time
questions.
you ever seen me zap out on an artist.
True. That's true.
Any highlight flick that you seen me go viral, it was Julie Greenwald or Kevin Lyles. I make highlight flicks out of executives that aren't creative, that exploit our creators. But name a creative that you ever seen me get at, other than Lee Daniels because he owed me $2 million.
You jammed up Clue pretty bad one time.
That was jokes. Clue. Y'all all know Clue. He likes to snap. He deserves it. You know that. That's different. It wasn't none of that fuck you shit. It was like, yo, you just got a funny hairline.
It was motivated. It was motivated.
I didn't say jokes. I'm saying seriously put pressure and be scary with any artist ever. Like, well, I'm at you like, fuck you, this, that, and third. Snapping and laughing is different. I do that. We cut ass all day. Pause. But name one time that you see me get at an artist ever.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Nah, I appreciate that knowledge. I am gonna go back to see some stuff because I know with at least with the agency that I won't like kind of got to deal with. I already figured out that pretty much like they was giving
No,
me
no,
because
this is the
my
question you
rates.
asked them. This is the question you asked them. I know how much I'm making. How much y'all making off me? That's the question.
You know,
That's the only question you want to know. The $2, how much did you get? So when Snoop Dogg says I only made 40 million, he don't know how much anyone else got. He just knows he got 40 million. And that's Snoop Dogg. I mean 40,000 rather. And that's Snoop Dogg.
yeah.
He publicly said that. And that's because of BPMs. They are really robbing us in the music. But I can't even get into that.
So this is a good segue into your thoughts on today, where TikTok and Universal got into this thing now where TikTok's about to drop Universal's music because they're trying to request more money. What are your thoughts on that situation?
That's their business. That's my, that's why I don't play with the politics with them because all they both doing is like, yo, you get to rob them more than I do. They both just fighting over the shit that should be ours. So that's why I make visual albums and all that. I'd rather have a CPM than a BPM any day. And I'd rather them get it from me than get it from Spotify, any one of them places. So you're gonna notice that all of a sudden they're gonna start talking about CPMs. They've already started. That's because I exposed them. I already changed their language. I see Leo watching. I see him. If you on here, I see you. And keep watching. I'm on your head. You don't see me beefing with no rappers. You see me beefing with people that aren't from our culture. I got CEO beef. It's a different kind of war. My troll is different.
Damn,
Got it.
big facts.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Dash. If anything, thank you again, CL. Thank y'all for this platform. Thank you for answering my question.
No problem.
All right, no doubt. Well, I was trying to give DJ Watts a shot, but I think he had to bounce out.
That's my man from Indy. That's DJ Watts. That's
Yo, I'm
Is he
still
here?
here. Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, what up, Watts? Here. All right, go ahead, do your thing real quick.
Oh no, man. I just want to say thank you, Dame, man. Glad I could connect people, man. Matt St. James, man. I appreciate you. I just want to double back on when Dame said that, it wasn't about the money. He came out to fill the market, man, and he really did us a solid, man. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. I hit you up. I'm here. Just wanted to let you know I was in attendance, but I got to bounce to work.
All right. Now, and I ain't gonna lie, when I go to Indy, he makes sure we get the right, everything was right, very comfortable. That's why we came back and presented some good artists. So there's some people that from Indy that are gonna come through too. The girls been calling.
Because you got a lot of people from Indy on here. Shout out to Head Rush, Manny Fixes.
Y'all know my man, Congressman Andre Carson. He one of us out there.
Yes, sir.
And that chick Rachel that owns that they family owns the Pacers, she's mad at me because I got at her. I was had to regulate her real quick. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. I just want to thank you, man, once again. Let you know I'll be hitting you up real soon, man. I appreciate everybody that's on here, man. We appreciate you. I'm gonna hit you up about American New. I'm definitely gonna be promoting and keep it going. And just want to say thank you, man, and I'll holler at you soon.
Now you supposed to be doing Blue Rock Indy. Don't but we keep talking. I gotta go to Indy. Like I said, it's called Indy. I gotta be there.
Okay.
Fire. Bionic, you're next, but before I let you go.
Also, big shout out to Butter in Indy too, the art district, and they do all the good shit with the Butter. So big shout out. Y'all in Indy, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, I can speak Indy. Speak Indy. Huh?
All I ask is that everybody just put your camera on. If Dame and Freeway could do it, just connect with the camera. You already know how we doing it. It's New Music Wednesdays. Bionic, you got it.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, Dame, I want to thank you for everything you contributed to the culture, all the jewels you drop constantly through social media, through interviews, all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you made very valid points. You keep making points like, hey, look, business is business. Let's talk it. Let's walk it. Let's do it. No excuses. Freeway. I got a story about Freeway where Freeway is the only person I ever allowed to smoke in my house. He came to Durham, North Carolina and did a show. And I ran into him and his manager. My manager at the time was from Philly. Free came through the next day, dropped a verse with an artist I was working with at the time. One of the greatest studio experiences I ever had. Sat there, watched this man write his verse in his head, go in, knock that thing out one take. I'm over there just geeked up because, you know, you was always one of my favorites around that time. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And I'm geeked up. And all of a sudden I was like, hey, you good? You was like, nah, I can do it better. Let me hit it one more time. Hit it one more time flawlessly, hit them ad libs. I was like, all right, you need anything else, bruh? We just sat back and watched the rest of the Eagles Panthers game, man. I let you smoke in the house and like that record was crazy, bro. And I appreciate you for that. You
No, it's
know,
all love, bro, for sure. Yeah.
and you know, again, if y'all looking for any production or anything like that, man, I'm more than happy to send some stuff down. I got friends down in Winter Park. I got a friend that stays out in Orlando, two friends that stay out in Orlando, so I'm down there a couple times a year. But if I need to make it a little bit more often, I will. You know what I mean? And just let me know what y'all need from me, and let's partner up and get some things popping.
Yep, it's all love, bro.
Hey, so you're in Durham?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was out there for a little while. I used to live in I lived on a farm in North Carolina for a couple of months when I had them 2 warrants. And I was with Jay, damn, what the fuck is his name from Durham? Jay, he's now like a councilman out there, but he could rap, light-skinned dude.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about because he ran for mayor last year.
Yeah, that's my man. I got mad records with him. You know, he used to perform with the band and all that, so I like that type of shit. And he could rap. But you know what happened with him? Again, he started to get hot because he was next to me. And then the Republic came and offered him a deal. I told him, I said, yo, they're just trying to play you because you're next to me. As soon as you know, they always make him get distance. They cut him, never signed him. I said, I told you that was going to happen. But you should, you know, that always be the test. They did it with,
It's a couple cats out here from Harlem that got same story. You know what I'm saying? They had, I think they used to run with you. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about Bootsy, my man Bootsy. Yeah. I'm telling you, I got an army out there, and I had an art gallery in it's not in Charlotte. It's a little Albemarle. I had an art gallery in Albemarle. I was doing in Durham. I was renting out. I was syndicating, so I was doing the Dame Dash show in Durham. And the reason why was my man Jay Black and Bootsy and all them. Bootsy wasn't paid in full, by the way. But
I know. I remember.
So, but they wanted to do music. I'm like, I'm on my TV shit, so I'll do a TV show. I'll let y'all perform on it, and you'll at least be famous in Durham. So I just rented the space locally on Channel 4 at 1 o'clock in the morning, right after Saturday Night Live, and I had the town lit, you know, at least them. And I went to a couple of shows, I forgot where, but I spent a lot of time in Durham. There's a lot of history there. I spent a lot of time in North Carolina, surprisingly, because when I was in North Carolina, niggas was like, "What you doing in North Carolina? Like, what's there?" I'm like, "Yo, what's culture there?" And you know, good people actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bad out there. The only thing is too much fast food. They're killing us with the food out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fast food out there. When the rock broke up, North Carolina, South Carolina kept me alive. I was doing like 3 shows a week out there. Like, there's so many different towns and cities in North Carolina. You can go down there Friday, do like 2 shows a day. Like, you know, it kept me alive. I got a lot of love for the Carolinas.
And I found a good sock factory out there. You know where Andy Griffith, where they used to do the Andy Griffith show? I lived on a farm out there for 2 months.
Gotcha.
After the Breakfast Club interview, I was like, I'm out of here. I'm too hot. You know how everybody would have been outside? I broke out.
Yeah, nope, out.
I said, now's the time to go spend some time with my boys. And all of a sudden, I had 2 warrants. I was like, all right.
Gotcha.
So it's called The New North. That's the name. I made a movie out there, everything. I got to put that out.
Okay.
Well, I speak Durham as well.
Hey, well, dope stuff. All right, Dr. Feelgood.
Yo, what's going on, guys? DJ Dr. Feelgood, Block 50 Global Radio, Coalition DJs Philly. First and foremost, Dame, appreciate all the jewels that you've been dropping today, man. And speaking for some of the creators out there, I know you talk about your platform. How does somebody get a hold of you so they can talk to you about a partnership getting onto your platform?
So I have a head of acquisitions. His name is Omar Delaro. What's his last name? Delgado. Omar Delgado. But what I'll do is have Nicolette will put his number in the chat, and y'all just holler at him, and we good.
Sound good to me, man. Quick and easy, man. Once again, I appreciate everything that you do, man. I've been paying attention to your rise for a very long time. I think the funniest thing I ever heard you say was you only wear socks one time. I was like, yo, that's a different type of time. That's the type of time I'm trying to be on. So salute to you. Thank you for everything that you've done for the culture.
Thank you, bro. And yeah, when you're gonna do that, it just make. Remember, I just said I got a sock factory.
Yeah.
You gotta make
that's what
the
made me think
socks.
about it.
You know what I mean?
What's up, bro? You from Philly?
Yeah, I DJ'd for you at State Property was 2 years ago when y'all was in Allentown. Matter of fact.
That's what's up, love, man. Damn, dog. Don't get on that Philly shit. Say what's up.
Hey, man. I try to stay.
That's that Philly shit, though, bro. That's the Philly shit, man.
I try to stay low key,
Sadly,
man.
man,
You know
but
what I'm
we gotta stick together, man. Philly gotta stick together, man. We gotta show love to each other. I see you got the hat on, the shirt. We gotta do better in Philly, man. We gotta show love to each other when we see each other, man. You know.
Yeah, I gotta get your contact too, because I've been trying to get you. I've been trying to get you back out this way, back out to the city. Try to get you to some of these surrounding areas. Let them know that you still out there doing your thing.
All right, let's get it. Just shoot me your info on the gram, and I'll shoot you mine.
Bet, got you.
And the crazy shit about it is, Freeway is so real about it. He'll just pop, like you say, pop up to be in somebody's house smoking. If you want a certain type of time, Free is showing up. That's why I fuck with him.
For sure.
All right, shout out to Philly. Brittany, Miss Brittany Cherry. Go on mute.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I know y'all did not come to me after the Durham conversation. Damn, I'm from Durham. Okay. Durham girls, best in the world, you know.
I see that. I don't know how I didn't meet you in Durham. God damn. Look at that.
Anyway, well, I'm in Charlotte now, Lake Norman area.
That's why I live in Lake Norman at the Trump.
I'm right here in Charlotte. So I wanted,
but I was there. Yeah.
All
the race
absolutely.
Cars there and all that.
Yup. On the lake over by Jordan's house and all of that stuff. Yup. So
I really liked it out there. We cried, but Rocky cried when she left there. We had a good time there. But it was just time to go.
It was time to go. I love Lake Norman, but I wanted to talk to you about the Dash Diabetes Network, because my mom is a diabetic, and like I see what like Fat Joe and everybody's doing. We're trying to push healthcare, people, power to the people, and all of that. But I want to ask you, what are you doing, and how can people find resources from your network who are suffering with diabetes, heart disease? We talked about the food, even the healthy food, you know, like I watched something where they were talking about they were putting chemicals into the fruits and vegetables, and not, you know, obviously it's GMO, and they're not even giving us real fruits and vegetables. So,
and they don't even let us buy seeds that aren't GMO. Farrakhan put me up on that.
Exactly.
So the Dash Diabetes is exactly that. It gives you the information for the things that are happening brand new. So what happens with us culturally is we get the new shit last. So I'm making sure, because I'm in a certain social class, that because I can have access to things that most people can't, especially the future as it relates to diabetes, that as soon as I get information, I give it. So that's what the Dash Diabetes is. It's rapid information as I get it on how to control it on so many different levels. I don't know, is your mom type 1 or type 2?
She's type 2, so you already know it's lifestyle, it's health, it's fitness.
She's eating too many carbs, more than her pancreas can produce insulin for. So she just needs to stop eating meat. Does she eat meat? Pause.
She does, but she has lowered her A1C. She has cut down a lot on her meat consumption.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll tell you this. Meat, like you said, is the #1 cause of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Meat. So, and those are the things that hit us culturally the most. So if we know what's killing us, why, just because we're used to it, will we continue? And that's the test. You know, just because you're used to something, don't make it right. Once you know there's doo-doo and pus all over the food and it's killing you, why would you continue to put it in your mouth? Pause. But if she cuts, if she cuts just tell her to go vegan for a month. I guarantee you she won't be diabetic no more.
That's a word. And Freeway, I want to talk to you too, because I know you suffer, or you did suffer from kidney disease. And my uncle, he was on dialysis for a very long time. And he's still on dialysis. And so I look at your story, and like, I don't think people understand the amount of strength that goes into going to those facilities and sitting there and being drained and then getting up and going to work and doing what you do. So I want to salute you, because there's so many people who need to hear both of your stories. You know, the Black health in America right now is dwindling, and we have to do something about it. So I appreciate both of you using your platform to talk about it. People who don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables, who live in food deserts, people who, you know, they love hip hop, but we don't see a lot of people in the community in talking about it. So
And
I just want
speaking to that, that's one of the things and agendas that we have. My man Eddie Milton, he just won mayor in Gary. First thing we want to do is build a supermarket, because it's a food desert out there. And in Chicago, I mean, when Farrakhan sent for me, he's the OG. I went over there. I thought I did something wrong. He told me, "Look, bro, you the only one talking about farming." And then took me and showed me children farming, taught me about seeds. My dream is to open up a supermarket with all non. He was telling me how he has to go certain places just to get seeds. It's almost illegal to get non-GMO seeds. The government makes you grow with GMO.
It is illegal.
Oh, so maybe I shouldn't be saying that. So what I'm saying is that
no, but it's fuck that. It's illegal for some bullshit.
I was saying my man. In fact, I was saying my man was pulling my. Well, anyway, my point is, you could be thinking you're getting organic. You can't tell if it's organic or not. So the only way you can know what you're eating is to grow what you're eating. And some people be like, "Yo, if there's something, I'll just be a farmer." When I was in North Carolina, the purpose was to study farming. That shit is the hardest shit in the world. You think people that are farmers be like with hillbillies and shit? They be mad intellectual. Like, if you can deal with animals and weather and all that shit on time, it's like a really big deal. Farming is not easy, and none of us know how to do it. You would think they would teach it in school, but why would they? Because they want us dependent on their food. You're not gonna let your oppressor feed you. It's just logical.
That's a bet, for real.
And for your just some information for your mom, diabetes is one of the risk factors for kidney failure. I had 3 of the risk factors for kidney failure, one being hypertension, another one being diabetes, and just being African American is a risk factor. So if she has diabetes and she's African American, she has 2 risk factors for kidney failure. So it's important that she get on top of her diet and start taking the proper steps to protect herself.
The meat pause. Plus that's what I'm saying. We already in that we have to be careful zone. So the only reason why I know so much about health is because I'm diabetic. So I know what things do to my body, pause, when I put it in my body. I know it brings my blood sugar up. So that means I know what it does to other people's body, but they don't have a pancreas as an alarm that doesn't work to tell them exactly, or have to monitor all those things. So I see what Cheetos does when I eat it. I see what airplane food does. It brings my sugar up high. Anything that takes my sugar up high means it's completely processed and it has no nutrients in it, and it's all bad. It's all carbs. But I'm like right now, I'm looking at my blood sugar on my watch. I gotta monitor it. But I just feel like God made me a certain way. Just like the only reason why I know about television networks is because I got one. But because of that, I know how everybody else is getting robbed. Because I'm diabetic, I know how everybody's life is getting robbed through food. Because I know what it does, because I know, I got to regulate it for me. Remember, I'm 52. And I don't know how anybody is here, but you still feel crispy at 52. You still want to be fly. You still dance. I beat this kid in ping pong. I would laugh. I'm like, yo, I'm 52. That was too easy. I can't be in better shape than a 30-year-old. It don't make sense. Diabetic. And the reason why is because 10, 20 years ago, that's what I say. Whatever y'all eating right now, whatever you eat right now, if you continue to eat that way, it could be good or bad, what do you look like when you're 10 years older than you are now? So I'm 52. I always go to the future. What do I want to look like, and how do I want to feel when I'm 62? Just as good as I feel now. Because I feel just as good, if not better, than I felt when I was 42. So I want to get better with time because I learned better. but I don't want to be old and be feeling old and my mind is still young. I'm not compromising. I want to go out the whole way fresh.
Thank you. Well, you looking good. You and Freeway, y'all looking good. And I'm glad
Thank
y'all
you.
taking care of your health.
With the gray, right? I'm not even dying now. I'm gonna just let
Yeah,
it
you still look, you looking fly. I like it.
Man, getting a lot of gems. I want to play another video, then we're gonna come back with Head Rush and B Tip All Nation. Y'all want to talk about 365 real quick?
I mean,
Yeah,
I've been
365.
free cash.
That's the first record that we did. You know, when I first walked through the door and they hooked the instruments up, they started playing, and you know, like Dame said, came up with the 365, came up with the hook, and it was magic. And we got other records. I love 365, but we got records that I think is way better than that. Like,
yeah,
I just realized.
Yeah, we're gonna do
that
a
I
movie
like
TV
those
show.
guys. Recession proof. We got some fire, man. This whole project is amazing. So
And it's really fun to perform too, right?
amazing to perform. It's always dope to perform with a live band because you really could do what you want to do. Like, you know, you could take it anywhere.
No show is ever the same with a live band, ever.
Awesome. All right, let's get into it. Freeway and the Black Guns.
And video directed by me too. Y'all think it's normal I be directing this shit? I'm a real creative. I'm way more creative than a businessman. Trust me.
Let's get into it. Here we go.
I love that video. It's because we got to capture a vibe, you know? I love that. That was how we were feeling in that moment.
Yo, back at it. Let me just get us back into a regular joint. Fire, energy, different. You know, most people wouldn't expect that. And I know over the time I've been seeing it on your timeline, you rocking with the band, but a lot of people would not expect that.
I would never want to do. People would all my whole career. People expected me to rap, expected me to do a lot of things that I haven't done. I don't think people was expecting me to jump into education and jump into politics. You know, you got to remember, for those that were there for Rockefeller, I was known as Champagne Dame, and the guy that just yells at everybody. And when people thought I was cooked, a lot of people were celebrating. A lot of the message, all that independence was farming the people, you know. So I just got to I got to catch pause all my licks before the internet. So now when I look at the people that were celebrated then, how they treat them now, I'll be like, damn, I'd rather go through what I went through then and be here where I'm at now. You know? Because again, I knew we was on the Titanic and I saw the iceberg and I'm like, I'm out of here. Because I know what I wanted to look like at 52. I wanted to look like having a television network and be talking about shit. And when it comes to music, everything got to be new. I don't want to re-enter a market doing the same shit I did before. I'm not the old man in the club. That's for the kids. And if I do something, especially if it's aggressive, it's not going to be about hurting people. It's going to be about evolving people. That's what a 52-year-old should be talking about. And it should be with live instruments. This is a more evolved version of me and Freeway. Something different. We don't want to stand in, we want to stand out.
Absolutely. I will say, make the stems available. Let the DJs go to work and rock with y'all also.
I like that.
Make the stems available. Let them do what they do.
I'm gonna send everybody here some stems. Hey, Nicolette, tell Mika to send everybody the stems. Or get Eric for 365.
Let cats get their creative remix on and all of that.
I love that. That's my hope. I want people to sample that.
Yeah, well, make the stems available. That's all you got to do.
Sample something, sample some of this.
There you go.
But it's live instrumentation, and I'm not performing over a track. I consider that karaoke. Vocals under the track, I hate all that. To me, that's not respect for the art. It's lazy performances to me. So bringing a bunch of dudes on the stage is why you won't get paid to be at a festival. You know what I mean?
Real quick question for Freeway before I go to you, Head Rush.
Prophecy, I got called back.
Your musical palette right now. Who's sort of on your wish list of creatives you want to, work with, whether younger new artists or even other veterans. anybody that's like, you like, I can't wait to just make a record with this person, new or old?
I feel like everybody that I want to work with, I work with. Like besides the project that I did with Dame, I just finished the Stem Pack 2 with Jake 1. So we're gonna be dropping that this year too. I got the first single with Jadakiss. I got Conway on there, Black Thought. I mean, it's incredible, man. I would probably want to work with somebody like Dre, maybe. I never did nothing with Dre.
Now I'm gonna tell
Right.
you the one that was supposed to happen was Freeway was Aaliyah's favorite artist, and when that thing happened with her, I was in Miami to make sure that Freeway and Aaliyah made a record together.
Yeah, we was out there. Rest in peace to Aaliyah.
But this is also for this project. Me doing it with Freeway was almost full circle for her as well. Going into Detroit, we going in, we building out a school. I'm gonna make the Aaliyah library. I'm gonna make sure that it's honored in the hometown, no matter what.
That's big, man. That's what's up. DJ Headrush, please step in. You got about 60 seconds with Freeway and Dame.
I'm almost done.
Salute to the team.
Go ahead. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Dame and Freeway, for jumping on the call. We appreciate you. One, your flowers while you can spell it, my brother. You've done way more than people give you credit for, and I just want to say I appreciate everything that you've done, the example that you set for people being independent, and growing their wings and just stepping out on faith and getting the job done. So, but what you're doing, I'm glad you're not the OG that's still jumping on the court trying to do the shake and bake with everybody else. I'm glad you're doing something different other than, the norm. So when people come out of retirement, they feel like I'm gonna get that old thing back. So instead of you doing that, you create your own way. So that's dope on your behalf, and I'm glad that Freeway was able to jump in there and spread his wings and spit over a track, that most people probably never heard him do before. You know what I'm saying? As a musician, I respect it. I respect the execution. I respect the sound and what you all are going into. But I do have a question. I noticed that Columbus Short was a part of that cast in your new movie.
Mm-hmm.
So do we see any projects, any R&B type projects coming from Columbus Short with Dame Dash and Freeway in the future?
More than likely, no.
Okay.
That's not his superpower.
Understood.
His superpower is acting,
It's acting. Right. Okay. That's what's up. Salute. I just want to see how that worked out, because he did come to Indianapolis last year. And I'm just like, when I seen him in the movie, I was like, I wonder, is he gonna make some music with Dame, and is Dame gonna make him the R&B singer that he wants to be?
Let me just tell you this. Whenever I make,
we know you know how to make.
When I make movies, I always keep a studio on deck. So I make music and then I shoot the videos. So when I do make movies with him, he definitely jumps in there and makes a record. But it's more, again, respect for the art means you're doing it every day, all day, 8 hours a day and rehearsing. That's not, I don't think, where his focus is as it relates to music. So if people do things as a hobby, like Freeway is and Cash, they are musicians every day, all day. They're committed to it. It's a lifestyle. And at this point, that's the only type of people I want to work with in those verticals. So I just want the best of, or the potential to be the best of, with the commitment and the respect of the art that we're talking about. You know what I mean? I don't think it would be respect for the art to do that.
Yes.
Unless he came in here, rehearsed every day, and really got nice. But until he got, the dudes I do that doing anything near R&B, they playing 7 instruments and singing at the same time. That's the type of time I'm on.
Right.
And also,
okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate
biggest example. I appreciate you. But the biggest example that I really love that I want people to pay attention to is I'm a dad, and then I make time and architect time for my children and my family. And to me, that's where the wealth is. And this is where the happiest I've ever been is just being and having a family. And a lot of us don't get that because of our careers. You got to architect it so that you're working with your children. And then when he goes to bed, that's when I come out and rock out at night. That's like he left. Say, bye, Dad. You gonna rock out? But until then, I still got to come home, pick him up at 7, and to take him to school in the morning, and pick him up at 2:30. And that's the freedom you have when you have your own. You can architect your schedule according to your family. not your business, or you make your business your family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, I appreciate you
Thank you.
dropping them gems on me and giving you answering the question. And if you ever need a band on standby band, let me know. Beyond the Design Indianapolis.
Where
When you came through.
What market you in?
I'm in Indianapolis.
Oh, you in Indy?
Indianapolis
You got a
Village.
band? Oh, I'll be back out there. I'll see you when I get
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
I'm coming back. Our run is always going to be. Let me tell you what that run's always going to look like. It's always going to be Milwaukee, Detroit, Indianapolis, Chicago, and Gary. But we got to do it with a tour bus. I can't do it like flying in a Sprinter. That ain't going to work. It's going to be a tour bus. But that run is always going to be, that's a big deal to me, those 5 markets. And I really like those 5 markets, and, we'll be there. But it won't be promo tour no more. You know what I mean? We got to do it a little bigger.
Got it. Yes, sir. Bet. I'll tap in when we're here. I'll keep my ear to the streets and definitely tap in with you, sir. Appreciate you.
And just get with DJ Watts too, because that's why I've been kicking it when he wanted to be showing me around.
Yeah.
He played the record first. As soon as I saw him, I gave him the record. It wasn't even mixed. He put it right on the radio. I was like, that's love, and I fuck with that, and I appreciated that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
D-Tip, go ahead, brother.
Okay, shout out to everybody here on DigiWax. Thanks, CL. This B-Tip here in Long Beach. Dame Dash, man, you motivation to everybody, man. You steady dropping gems. But who does Dame Dash listen to? Like, who motivates you? Who inspires Dame Dash? What type of books that inspire? That's for Dame Dash. I'm gonna go to Freeway real quick. What we do, that's my jam. 3 cities outside of the United States you like rocking to. What 3 cities are those? And Nicky, Licky, 3 artists that you motivated you to get into music. Let's go. Here we go.
Yeah, what motivated you to get into music? 3 artists.
Oh, actually 50 Cent, Nas, and Tupac.
Cool.
She be rolling around here playing old Scarface, trying to bug me out. But what you know about that?
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love Scarface too.
All right. Have you seen any of those artists perform live though?
Oh,
In
yeah,
person?
I saw Nas perform live, and it changed my whole life. And he had a band. It was when I was in high school, and I was just blown away. And it was a wrap from there.
Dope.
She met Scarface the other day when I was in Houston.
Dope.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Dope. All right, that's what's up. Freeway, three cities or countries outside of the United States you like rocking at.
I performed in Oslo, Norway. It was crazy. Paris and Finland.
Dope. And then Dame Dash again. Who motivates Dame Dash?
I mean, there's a collective of different kinds of people, and a lot of them are like the ideas of those that I've heard about in this moment. Like Hannibal or Alexander the Great. Those guys that had to conquer for their country to be famous. So the books that I've been reading, like honestly, one of the most impactful books that I read was The Godfather, because when you read a book that's about a movie, you get to actually see what they're thinking, because they and it was just the ideals and the principles that were familiar. The Seed of the Soul was what got me on the evolution of me as a person and my soul. And that was where like Aaliyah and I and Kadada, we all connected with that book, and we flooded the market with that. Muhammad Ali was big for me. Farrakhan, big. Malcolm X. Only problem, I like Farrakhan because he survived it. You know what I mean? Like regardless of what, he's still here. I like Martin Luther King because he would talk that shit right where it was happening. So it's easy to be talking about revolution, but you're not in the church in Alabama and they knocking at the door. And also he was able to articulate a plan of letting Black people get hit to showcase how unfair people were. And I don't know how he sold that one, but I thought that was, kind of fearless. But again, he ended up becoming a martyr. And you know, again, some Moors, couple of people, couple of warriors there, because there was a time when us as a culture was in control, but they're not going to teach us that in history, and they were our slaves, and that's the reason why they erased and they treat us this way out of fear what would happen if it always reverses again. But you know, culturally, I'm not into color. I'm into your soul, and I'm not going to judge you based on something your grandfather did. If you were like-minded right now, and we about on the same time, then you know we could hustle together. But you know, today, who inspires me today? I don't know. God. That's not really a person. I guess love. I don't know. I still talk to my OGs. You know, I talk to them often. But I don't know, man. What I'm doing and the person that I am, I've never seen it before. I never seen nobody do fashion and do movies and do music and do business and jump on the stage and direct and jump in front of a camera and fund it himself and hit educate. I just never seen it. So it's just elements of different people, I think. But at the end of the day, I'm fully convinced that I'm a superhero. And I think we all are, but people have convinced us that we are not. I just won't let nobody convince me that I'm not a superhero. I'm not wearing pajamas and a cape to look like a superhero. I'ma just be fly, you know? That's what a superhero does. And Imma fight for what I love, and Imma be the enemy to those that are hurting the people I love. That's what a superhero is.
Appreciate you, Dane, and everybody. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate y'all. Imma get those stems. Please download American New. Again, we were broadcasting live. So what you could do in about, you know, a couple of minutes, or maybe I don't know how long, but it'll archive and you can watch it. But check it out. Check the technology out. It's your spaceship. Learn how to drive it. But you never had this kind of power before, because you know I'm at the helm. This is creators. It ain't for administrators.
Who's the contact? Who's the contact for everybody that wants to
Nicolette,
get
could you put Omar's contact in it?
anything they want from Freeway drops, you know, Nicky Licky, other interviews. You know, you have a big network on here of people. Shout out to DWI, he's on here. That definitely want to continue doing interviews. If you can make it, be great. If not, but it's just exposure for the platform and the network. Want to make
It would be
sure
great if you turned this into a TV show.
this is a TV show.
So then send it to me so I can put it up. But not a Zoom one. I want a TV show.
All right, well, we got to edit it for that.
No, not do. I mean, like not a freestyle. Now that you know you have distribution, now you're overqualified. Now you got to push yourself, make yourself uncomfortable to be great. If you want a different result, you got to do things different. Whether you like your life or not, you always want to grow at least 10%. So you got to change at least 10%. But for me to do something different, I got to change the way I've done things. And I constantly try to look for how to do things different, how to make myself uncomfortable because it's brand new, because I want to be great. I'm overqualified to do shit that I've done before. I'm not a ringer. I want to be a rookie and be rookie of the year. Every year is something new.
I'm gonna take that advice and run with it.
I like that, by the way.
So I assume, James, you got to bounce. Okay, you got time for another one.
I gotta get ready to bounce. I missed like 2 prayers. I gotta get ready to bounce.
I'll give you one more, but 3 of them, you know, they're good. But I'll give you one more. My girl and my son already left, so I gotta go.
All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody on here, man. Appreciate all the love.
Hey, Free, I spoke to your man Source Flocka the other day too. I meant to call you and tell you that.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
You on that movie tip too?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
DWI.
He shoot a video like every week.
Intelligent too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, very intelligent. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how we do. That's why I fuck with him. You know.
I was telling him, I was like, if Freeway was calling, I know you must be about that kind of time on that time, but he was good.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Love.
Yo, be easy, Free.
All right, Free.
All right, Free.
Right.
What up? What up, y'all? What's up, Dane? What's up, Digi? I don't know if Swerve is in there. What's up, everybody? Yeah, so I heard y'all talking about the the politics of YouTube and all that. And I've been waiting to speak to Dane to ask this question because I've been paying attention. I've been a boss since 2000. I'm the podfather of New York City, so I helped everybody get their start with podcasting with the Matrix Studios back in 2002, 2005. And I just have a problem with I'm recording mad content. I had super celebrities, from J. Cole all the way down to Nipsey, all of them came through my spot back in the early good old days of recording video and audio. And I got all these videos and content, and I just refuse to push it all on YouTube when I have my own platform. Right now, I have a new space, and I'm already back up to like hundreds of shows already with influencers on it, and everybody's like, "Yo, I need my video, I need my video." So I'm trying to find a new way to the fun of it being that my old way is everybody's new way now. So now I'm like
Take it
with
over
you, I'm
here,
trying
bro.
to.
I'll put it up. Pause. Put it over here. See, just got to promote it.
All right.
I just need a plan. I'll see. It's not a lot, but I got 1.3 million followers. I don't look at it like it's personal. It's for people to
Right.
put their shit on my stuff. So that's how I can help. But I can't push something more than you would. So if you do screenings and if you do activations and you create that
Yeah. I'm
spectacle.
definitely putting them up though.
So yeah, if you want, you
I,
can throw them up there, and you get that CPM. But if nobody looks at it, then you won't get paid. So you got to make sure people know it's there and
know
promote
it's
it.
there, right?
I'll throw it right there. It's no problem.
And I mean, real quick, I just want to salute you. My cousin, Abdul Malik Abbott, did worked on all the films with y'all back in the days, and that's my big cuz for real. So
He
he
up
be
to?
telling me about the stories, and he's
What's
still
he up
doing
to?
this thing out in Cali, and
Doing what?
films. He did the state property and all that. He's the
I
director.
know. I know that was a long time. I said, what's he doing now?
Oh, he's working on some he works on award shows and shit like that for BET. He does a bunch of like independent shit out in LA. But he's still mad humble about like not really trying to do certain shit. And I'm just like, you gotta stay in the mix. So I'm the little cousin that's trying to push him.
I used to make him direct the shit. I'd be like, yo, come on, man.
I know I'm telling you, he told me all about it. That's why I couldn't wait to speak to you because I'm still connected with him. So if I got the digits, so I can get you if you need to
That's the time I said, what
put a
up?
battery in his back.
Yeah,
But he's still working on. He working. But I salute y'all. I don't want to hog up the line, but I'm definitely gonna get at you on the back end of pause to find out how we can make some money together and get this content out because I definitely got eyes on me right now. So
All right,
I
let's
need to
go.
keep
I'm
it
down.
going. All right.
I appreciate y'all.
So yo, Dane, again, man, thank you for joining. Congratulations on the new venture. And thank you for always looking out for me. I know you don't remember, but back when y'all was on John Street, shout out to Ray. He brought me up there. Yeah, shout out to Ray. He brought me up there as a young intern and introduced me to y'all and y'all had the motivation back then, but to see you still here excelling now, giving up the knowledge, just continuing on. Every time I see you, it's positive, it's uplifting. Thank you. And everybody who's on here, please download the app. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Download the app, support the project, support the message, and find a way to link up. And we will hit y'all up about the stems. And that's all I got to say, man. Thank you again, man. It's been amazing having you on. Everybody's talking crazy on the chat. And keep on doing it. And we'll talk about how DigiWax can bring what we do, on your platform as well.
Definitely. We could broadcast live anywhere where you at. I could broadcast from the phone. So let me know. And these are CEO Visions too, my new lava lamp glasses. Check them out. You get those too. But we can talk about that another time. So I appreciate y'all. Always got shit, all new work, all the time.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about metaverse or the future of what the blockchain is doing, but we will have another time. We'll have to do part 2.
Word. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. Yeah, you know what I mean? That one hasn't realized itself yet, but the future, it might work out. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Download American News. Check us out 9:00 every night, 9:30.
All right. Peace.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Sorry if I couldn't get to you, Kermit. My bad. I know I owe you a joint interview. You will be first for sure next time. And thanks everybody for tuning in. We're gonna play a couple more records because I know it's late. We at 6:39. We're gonna end at 7 today. But it was amazing. Awesome having everybody on. Shout out to Nicky Licky. And shout out to Freeway, of course. New Music Wednesdays, we did it again. Just another great day. Play a couple of new joints if you haven't heard. And if anybody needs access to DigiWax, just say something in the chat or hit up Will and we'll make that happen. But all right, let's play some new joints. TJ, yeah, TJ's been on fire. He had the drift song, now he has the dip song. And Tommy Lee Sparta, if you know anybody knows any dancehall, Tommy Lee's on that song as well. Whew, that was a lot, man. Shout out to Dame. That was a lot. Shout out to Freeway. Shout out to what he's doing. Yeah, it was pretty dope. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who was here. Another pause. Yo, there was a lot of pauses. I ain't gonna hold you. There's a lot of pauses. I'm not gonna hold you. I said, damn, I thought I was bad. He got everybody.
Yeah, we had the counter in the me, had Rush and Legend, and we kept count.
Yeah, that's for those originals. That's always on here. We had to have a little fun with that. You know, some of you summertime ass cats just pop on here every now and again. Y'all wouldn't know nothing about that chat. That's why you ain't in it. That's why you ain't in it.
Jesus.
Go ahead, give me start. Go ahead, start something. I got
He
you.
had me dying. He was like, yo, you know, we went up to the top of the wall of China just to get high. I'm saying, yo, this dude is hilarious. Anyway,
Yo, a Legend had a joke on you, CL. He was like, yo, what CL said that was a big ball, but Dame didn't catch it. What the hell?
What I say? I don't even remember, man. We just talked. Wow, it's crazy. But yeah, great day. I guess we'll play one more. Shout out to the Knicks. I seen Kelly jump on here. I said, okay, Knicks Nation is here. Where's Kelly Kincaid at? Is she still here?
Knicks and Lakers Saturday, baby. Knicks and Lakers Saturday.
Happy 2024. I can still say it, being it's the last day of January. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
This was entertaining. I've worked with Dame Dash, so I love that you had him on here today. This was good.
But that's not Kelly Kincaid from Sirius with Sway?
Yeah, this is ours.
Oh, okay.
Who said that?
See, these Digiwack calls, you never know who's gonna be jumping out the woodworks.
Word.
That's Born Mac.
It's Von Mac from Bad Boy.
I'm just saying, Kelly, I'm ready to redeem myself and win back my $10 or $20. I forgot what we bet last time, but I'm taking the Knicks over the Celtics, and I might even take a spread on that. I might even take 5 points.
Oh my God.
That's right. I'm talking crazy.
My God.
So let me tell you, I'm still healing my wounds from the Lions losing this past weekend. That was a hurt. I'm hurt. My sister's still depressed on that. But
Kelly, I would probably want some money because I was 2 weekends straight on the wins.
For real?
Yeah. V-Tip knows. He knows.
But CL, don't get froggy on them Knicks. You know that they're gonna bomb somewhere down the line. The Celtics, we all right, but don't get froggy with them Knicks. You know how they do.
The hate is so real, but I welcome it. I welcome it, and I cannot wait.
He's getting too happy.
I think cash at me $20.
He really is.
I am happy. I am happy. We've been down for so long that when we get up, you better believe I'm talking my shit.
See, that's that. I'm from New York, but they not even my favorite. Like, you on your own, CL.
I appreciate the honesty, Swerve. I appreciate the honesty.
Listen, Phil, I don't know. Philly ain't looking. I don't know about Philly now. I don't know.
Whoa. Hold on now. Hold on now.
He talking about he want to get out of town. He trying to come up to the Garden. And
y'all listen, Nick fans is hoping that Embiid make it to the Garden.
Matter of fact, yo, Phil, I might come to Philly just for a game. I was talking to a friend, so I might in another couple of months come out there just for a game.
Let me know. I'll pull up with you.
Yeah,
that's actually a good experience too. I ain't gonna lie, Philly's dope.
And I'll pull up with my man No Frills out there. You know No Frills, right?
Yeah, I know Frills. That's my guy.
Yeah. He was up here last week at SOBs. We was at SOBs, so yeah, he was just up here.
Shout out to Byron Allen. He's trying. He got 30 billion. He said he's trying to buy Paramount. Is he gonna end up like Bill Cosby? Diddy? Are they gonna jam him up? I don't know. But shout out to him for trying to make a big move to buy Paramount.
They not gonna jam him up because he been making moves and they ain't jammed him up by now. They not gonna jam him up.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been moving. He's been moving quiet. He's been moving real quiet.
Yeah. Sensor, I appreciate that. That sounds good. I just like seeing people making these moves. It's dope. And again, I can't wait to see what happens. I think tomorrow, all of Universal's music will be off of Spotify.
Thought it was 12 o'clock last night. This morning.
It's midnight tonight.
Midnight tonight.
Night. Okay.
So my thing is this gonna hurt? Again, I know we spoke about it a little earlier, but will this hurt Universal artists or will it not matter?
No. Come on now. You're talking about one of the three big the biggest labels pulling their roster off of TikTok. And even if you look at the Billboard right now, if you look at the Billboard TikTok top 50, and you see what's dominating right there, you're talking about losing 30-second, minute and a half clips of records that are already getting nationwide, worldwide play. Them taking it off of TikTok is a power play, and I fully expect the other two with Warner and Sony to pull theirs here within the next 2 to 3 months, just to prove a point.
Right, and I think I'm gonna go the other way. I personally think that nobody on TikTok necessarily cares. There's so much other music to pick up and play on there that kids and people will still continue to make content, except for they'll just find something else that fits. My personal opinion, but I could be wrong. Feel free.
I personally think that what's going to happen now is this is going to give, and I hate to say it this way, but I think this is going to give all these independent artists even more leverage to say that they don't need the DJs. Because now, once they try and get their music, because everybody right now is trying to hit that Billboard spot for the TikTok top 50. Once Universal pulls their music, and if Sony and Warner follow suit, then it's really all about the independent artists on those platforms getting their music used on the reels and the short form videos. I think that gives them more, I don't want to say leverage, but it's going to give them more talking points to say that they don't need the DJ to break the records. And I think that's bad for business.
You're right. But let me tell you something. That's why I told Pro Style in his face on his birthday respectfully, I said, listen, man, you got to be more than just a DJ when you are helping these artists. And that's why I stick to offering marketing and advertising and promotion services. That shit ain't never going to go out of style.
Vaughn, I've seen your name and heard your name a lot. I would love to network with you and pick your brain on some things.
It ain't cheap, but it ain't free.
Just there you go. That's that bad boy bullshit. You ain't gonna talk to me for
hello.
Free. Anyway, Bionic, go ahead.
In reference to this, to them pulling this music stuff and it's gonna hurt them and all this other stuff. We are in a different era now, but to mention a name that we spoke on earlier, y'all remember when Taylor Swift pulled her entire catalog off back in 2014?
Yep.
And it didn't hurt her not one damn bit. Now she did do an about face and came back 3 years later, but it didn't hurt her. Right. Y'all remember when Beyonce didn't release any of her stuff unless it was on Tidal? And then a few years later, released Lemonade everywhere else? Same situation. It's not really going to hurt them. They'll do an about face, whether it's on, if TikTok is around in a couple years, whatever. They'll do an about face on it after a few things get, situated. Maybe some backroom deals are made or whatever. Maybe some legislation at play, but Dame made a great fucking point. How can legislation be made if nobody knows that there's a fucking problem? How can you hire a lawyer to defend some shit that they didn't study in school. You know, that was like one of the realest points he made to me today. So
I think that was one of the real points. I'm sorry, I got to cut in because it was along those lines. He said something else that was important when I asked about this, which was both of these guys are really fighting to steal your money.
Yeah,
that was a bar because that's the truth.
That shit was real.
That's a little. That's
They say he said rob you. One wants to rob you more than the other, CL.
Yeah.
Robbing,
shit-
stealing, tomato. What I'm saying is they both want to take advantage
But
of your art.
either way, I mean, that's really what it is, and I don't think it'll hurt them because, like I said, we've seen big players pull this before. You know what I mean? We've seen all the artists that back Title and was like, we're gonna back Title, you know, and this, that, and the third, and then a few years later, I was like, fucking put it everywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's like I said, it's just a power play. They want a bigger slice of the royalties. Once they pull their catalog, TikTok is going to get desperate because TikTok wants to keep a foothold in the U.S. market. You give it a little bit of time. You let Sony and you let Warner do the same thing. Then they're all going to sit at the table, renegotiate the royalties, and then they're going to be back.
That's all. This is an attention game, baby. It's an attention game. As long as people talking about them in the news, then their sponsors and their brands will go and sway wherever they gotta go. It's all a business plan, bro. This is wealthy people business. This ain't even none of our business.
Right.
They're not even profitable though, and which is the biggest thing. So you're talking about a company, Spotify in this case. Some of the other, they're not even profitable. So it's a when you're talking about streaming, because it leads to the others. Rainstorm, go ahead. I know you had your hand raised. Oh, you're on mute for some reason. Can't hear you. I don't know. Maybe your plugins. Check your settings, because your mic. Check your settings real quick. Make sure you go into the computer. Still can't hear you. If you're on a Mac, go into your sound settings and make sure that they're going through your Mac laptop.
Yo, that's money, Matt. I see you down there. I'm still waiting on my case of liquor, bro.
Man, they never sent it to me. They stopped responding.
That's crazy.
You guys can hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Now I was just gonna say, what if Universal is pulling their music because they're gonna create their own streaming platform? If they have all of those artists, what is the point of them even putting their music on Spotify when they could create their own streaming platform and change the game right now?
You're a smart man, brother. That's why I just put the clapping emoji.
Right. It's a possibility. I just the thing with streaming platforms, I was talking about this on Friday. The expense comes in the housing of the content, and then people accessing that content. So if you're using, like, let's say it is an Amazon service, you can have a ton of content on there and be paying, $100 a month because nobody's accessing it. Soon as people start to touch and stream that stuff, that bill starts to go up crazy. Now, the question is, will you have enough money?
But that's if you have a dedicated service, sir. You talking my language again.
Talk about it. Talk about
But
it.
that's
Because
if
that's
you
what's
have.
killing Spotify.
Well, it depends on
Rather than
I don't
give
know
up
what systems they got set up, but if you're sharing, so with the cloud services, you can have your own dedicated, and they give you a price, and then a lot of it's about processing. So you can go. It's just about how you go about it, but that's definitely a place to start. They do have the tools for you to do your own streaming service, your own Netflix, your own everything, really.
It would make a lot of business sense for Universal to do that, especially if they're going to pull their music right. It makes all the sense in the world for them to do that, to be honest with you. All they have to pay for at this point, instead of giving percentages to Spotify, Apple, Tidal, Amazon, and all these other people, is use that same money and invest in service. That's all they need. Then market the Universal music service or whatever it is. Don't give them that idea for free, by the way.
Oh, shoot. You might have some spies. Don't give it up.
You want the 10%. Want that 10% off the top.
Yeah, let him get his. It's
Hey,
a lot of
20,
possibilities.
10 is too little for that. I need
Yeah,
20.
yeah,
And I
that's
need royalties.
um, yeah, it's a possibility, man. I just think that they're fighting over who gets, more percentage of, the revenue. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. I don't really know, but yeah, why not do your thing? You know what I'm saying?
I
Why
think it would lead to other labels doing the same thing, and eventually independent labels. All the big labels are going to do it first, and then I think the independent labels will start trying to do this thing where we have our own music on our own thing, which is going to be way harder to do. And it's not like everybody doesn't have Bandcamp and SoundCloud and all these other things right now, but they're not really conducive to that. I think that in the future, it's really probably the direction things are going to go, especially since the music industry is almost in shambles right now. Everybody could just, it's a microwave business. Everybody just does things to satisfy the moment. The future, this is really going to change probably within the next 5 years. I think we're going to be getting
It's
music.
already changing. It's already changed. It's all
All right.
it's direct to consumer. People are already creating their own platforms. When you look at like mighty networks or community, you can build your, because it's about building your own tribe. I think we talked about this numerous of times about everybody in the world is not gonna rock with your brand. But if you got a certain tribe that rock with what you do, that's what you use to, you utilize whatever tools to create that community, and you can get that community to subscribe to you, and you can add other benefits to it. Like music and stuff is just one entryway. If you got access to influence in certain areas, if people need access to jobs, like certain stuff like that, like it's going to that level. And I'm telling you that because one of the tribes I'm in is Eric Thomas's tribe. Another tribe I'm in is Alex Burton's tribe. He's trucking, Eric Thomas is personal development. It's a tribe. You pay into it. They have different stuff and courses, and then they offer stuff for free, offer stuff for discount for being a part of that tribe. So you get access to certain stuff. So you do have to pay into certain stuff to get access to certain information that we might not even be privy to. So that's what it's going to, tribes and communities.
All right, so one last thing I will say is that we should probably have a separate Zoom to talk about it. There is a company that did step to us about partnering. They call Storage, STORJ. They are a Web3 AWS, so they're like a decentralized, server solution. Something to talk about because I think they might be up for streaming service or something like that with us. So it's worth having a conversation.
Don't worth having a conversation, yeah, for sure.
Raymond T, go ahead, bro.
And I was just gonna say, I mean, think about it's really almost in the same of like the streaming model of like what we watching, right? Like Stars has their own app, HBO Max got their own app. So why wouldn't UMG just create UMG? Sony create Sony. You know what I'm saying? Like, because regardless, we can all talk all the shit we want. We still gonna go subscribe to them. You know what I mean? If you know you can only get this artist's music over there, that's your artist, and they offer you a subscription model under UMG, you're gonna subscribe. Think about how many apps you subscribe to right now you don't even use. You know what I'm saying? So it makes a lot of sense, and probably that's gonna be everything in the foreseeable future, like everything in the subscription model. You know what I'm saying?
But this one I'm gonna say real quick, if y'all don't mind. It just hit me. I mean, we knew this, but look, I think we all need to hear this right here, right? When they sign you, that's just what's on the table in front of you. It's 400 other jobs and departments of people making money off of you, and that's why people are not fucking happy when they get signed. So this shit about Universal and TikTok, that's just on the surface. It's a whole bunch of plug and plays and a whole bunch of money that's under the table that we don't even know about that people are making. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to think about that, man.
Vaughn, are you at a record label right now?
No,
you sound like you about to get beat or something. Like you gotta go in the corner
over there whispering.
to get lashes. Like,
Nah,
yo.
it was deep. It was deep to me. So I'm just conveying the deepness to the.
All right, okay. Making sure you ain't getting abused on the job, man.
Nah, I'm good. I'm super good. I'm in the house.
Stuff
Go
happens.
over there, blink twice if you need help, my guy.
Exactly. All right, let's play the last song and we call it a wrap for today. Check this joint out. Oh, my bad. Let's check this joint out and get into it. All right, that's how we're gonna end it out. Actually, that song is off of the Lyrical Lemonade soundtrack. It's called First Night. It's who's on that joint? It's a bunch of people. It's Tizo Touchdown. We played him last week. Juicy J, Cochise, and Denzel Curry. Oh, and Little B. So it was 5 artists. Got a couple flip ups, and that album did drop on Friday. So check out the Lyrical Lemonade joint. A lot of joints on there. And I guess that's gonna conclude this session of New Music Wednesdays. Pretty dope. A lot of energy. Yeah, thanks for tapping in. And I'll get the Dame Dash info for anybody that wants to get. Actually, Matt could connect that. For anybody that wants to interview Freeway, Dame, or anybody, Matt can make the link. I think Dame's pretty dynamic, so I would definitely make that happen if you want to get somebody that's gonna give you some real bars. Head Rush, you want to say something real quick?
No, I had my hand up from earlier conversation, bro. I honestly forgot what I was gonna say. So
okay,
salute to the team. Good call, bro.
No doubts.
I just wanted to pop in. If anybody's moving around for Grammy weekend out here on the West, tap in. I'm DJing an event on Saturday. Dope to have you in the building. I do got to tell anybody who's traveling, though, we're going to get bad rain tomorrow. Supposed to be cool Friday and Saturday, Sunday through like Wednesday. It's about to be fucked up again. So,
really?
You know what I mean? Just keep that in your mind. If you coming out here for the travel to go back, like we're supposed to have bad rain tomorrow and then also Sunday through like Wednesday. So, just so that don't fuck up nobody's flight plans or going back home, whatever. But again, if you popping out, man, tap in. We got a dope event on Saturday. Looking forward to.
Yes. Tapman Raymond T. And anybody else. I don't know who else is gonna be out in LA, but I'm sure it's gonna be lit. Shoot, I wanted to go, but I'm gonna fall back. And that's that. If you got any question, anything you need to know, hit us up direct. We'll be here next week. And that's it.
Lakers on Saturday, see. Lakers on Saturday, see.
Lakers on Saturday. Hey,
let's go.
Starting at 3-something, man. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try. If I can, shout to DJ Webstar. He wants to go too. So we're gonna try to pull that off. That's gonna be a good game. I hope AD's back. I do want to see AD in the Garden too, man. Because
good luck.
Yeah, I'm just saying the Lakers ain't the same without AD. Like it's just clearly it can't. If AD's not there, it's not the same team, yo. There's no way they supposed to lose to the Houston Rockets and then turn around yesterday and lose. Who they lost to yesterday?
Hey, I'm glad you said that, C, because I remember last season when he wasn't doing so well, and maybe a season before that where he dropped the ball in the playoffs, y'all was on his back, like for real.
I still stay on his back. I still stay on his back. He's soft. He's soft. He inconsistent, yo.
Ray, talk to him. Talk to him, Ray.
Talk
to him, Ray.
The reason why we on his back is because we know how good he is, and he's
or at least how good he was, or at least how good he was. You know.
Hey, look, as a native born and raised in Chicago, I felt bad for him. I was like, damn, bro, what you gonna do, Unibrow, man? You gonna let him talk about you like that, bro? What you gonna do, man? Got a tone to change. Oh man, nah.
But it was dope. It was dope. I got to be in the building for the double overtime game. I was out in the Bay Area this past weekend. So that shit was, bro, that energy was crazy in there. Hella Lakers fans pulled up too. Lakers fans pulled up too.
It's different when you see them overtimes in person, ain't it?
Bruh, double overtime. I was every dollar spent on that ticket was well worth it.
Everybody hit the player prop parlays all got hit. Anybody that had the player props parlays and made some money.
You already know. You already know they got popped. The good thing, the funny thing about watching overtimes though, is when you see the fans that paid for season tickets, they face just runs right out the window. So they start leaving before the game is over, and then they go into overtime. You see them trying to hurry up back to the seats. This shit is hilarious, bro. When we go to the Colts games and we see them, they start losing. People start walking out the building. Man, they score a touchdown. You start seeing people come right back to their seats. Like, well, y'all, boy, if I was one of them players, I'd be mad as hell at y'all.
Well, football's pretty much set. It's a wrap. Taylor Swift is not going to lose the Super Bowl, so that's over. And it's over for that. But the NBA is just heating up. And Indianapolis is actually a team to watch out for. They just made that move with Siakam, so I'm very excited to see what happens. Plus, they got the All-Star weekend, so that's gonna be crazy.
Well, don't forget Tyrese Halliburton. They star point guard is actually on the roster for the All-Star team, and he's also hurt. He may be starting.
He's also hurt.
No, he's back.
I thought he just got hurt yesterday.
He just got hurt yesterday.
No, Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Bullshit, bro. Just got back on the court yesterday. That was fucking what's buddy Embiid? No, he was the one that got hurt last night.
Embiid, they played a different team, man. Embiid lost to Portland, or one of them. He lost to some team on the West, and it looked bad.
It was the Warriors. It was the Warriors.
Oh, the Warriors. It was the Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kuminga fell on his leg and just completely, I don't know.
Destroyed his knee.
Took him out. It's over. Took him out. So, all right, everybody. Till next week. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.